Hey, Joe Mastriano, CPA, over 40 years and thousands of successful IRS cases. In today's video is to warn people not to hire large tax companies or accounting firms. And the reason is they're not really suited for most people. Let me explain. Large companies, especially right now, have high turnovers. A lot of people are going independent. A lot of people, I'm starting to hire independent people. What happens when you're the employee of a large company is they wind up, overselling you. A good example is Intuit. I see commercials that they have these tax experts for you to call, and they'll answer your questions. Well, they're so-called tax experts. One of them used to work for me and worked for them on the weekend and only got paid $25 an hour. And this guy can barely do personal tax returns, let alone corporate and other returns. So that's an example. When you have a national company and your ads are pulling in, you've got to find people to do the work. Now, large companies have standards because of legalities, and you don't have the flexibility. The worker doesn't have the flexibility to do things the way they want to. They have to meet all the company's guidelines, whereas an independent person or a very small firm can bend the rules for their clients without breaking any, big company policies. There's other reasons as well. These large companies have big sales budgets. I have some local competitors whose salespeople get up to one third of the money that you spend for their commission. So they try to charge as much as they can. And sometimes they get in trouble, but if you can buy your ratings, BBB and other companies, to mask that, then it's very easy to sucker people into thinking that they can deliver at a level that they really can't. So I can go on and on with reasons. I wanted to make this a short video. There's so many pitfalls and warnings. You want to be able to relate to the person doing the work. You want to be able to trust you're getting good advice. There's a lot of people out there now talking about helping people pay very little taxes. And at some level, that's a possibility. But 90% of what I've seen in my career are tax preparers who are breaking the law or breaking the IRS rules in order to put down extra deductions for you or not to include certain income on the return. And I get the audits from those taxpayers because of that type of behavior. And I spent many years and still do cleaning up those messes. But there's software out there now, and don't it's I know someone on LinkedIn that charges like $4,500. Don't fall for that because they unless you're really getting the time and attention. But some of them have clerical people that just enter your data into the computer and they spit out what the program tells them, and they're not experienced seasoned professionals. They're just pointing out to you what tax codes and rules exist that you can get deductions for. And if they're not a seasoned professional that understands how the IRS handles it, then you're going to get in big trouble. Penalties, interest, substantial understatement penalties, fraud penalties. Probably won't go to jail, but fraud penalties are 75%. So your liability will more than double. And if they audit the year before and the year after, like they often do, then you're going to suffer for 3 years worth of not understanding how the IRS looks at deductions. So that's it for this video. As always, if you want any solid upfront information on IRS matters, call Stephanie 713-774-4467. Thank you.